Welcome back to Unfiltered at the Salon. This episode feels a little different for me. So, this is going to be the last episode in season 1, and actually the last episode that I am going to be filming here in the salon. So, when I started this podcast, I was having a hard time. I launched this podcast because I just felt like it was the right time to do it. It's when I started listening to podcasts like 5 years ago. They've helped me so much, and I was like, I would love to start a podcast someday. I didn't know when that day was going to be, but I was like, someday I want to start one. And this comes from me, who growing up was painfully shy. Like, guys, if you knew me back in high school, I was very, very shy. So, thinking back to those times, like it would have seemed impossible, and just like my biggest fear back then, the thought of starting a podcast. But you grow and develop over the years, and here we are. So, like I said, this podcast was kind of born in a season where I just felt completely defeated. And I just had this deep knowing, like, I need to start this podcast and I need to do it right now. Like, now is the time. And I jumped in head first, ordered the equipment, and spent a couple of months prepping for it. And it was launched about 6 months ago. Through that 6 months, it's just really lit a fire in me. Like, the first couple months of doing it, I just felt so energized. And after each episode, just I felt like on fire. Like, it just lit something in me like never before. And I really took some time to like think about why that was. And for me, it really is like, if somebody can listen to an episode and it helps them in some way, that truly like fills up my cup. Like, I have a deep desire to like help people and help people through the things that I have been through. So, as some of you might know, I have been building out a coaching business for lifestyle and mindset, which was kind of triggered by starting this podcast. It's something I've been building out for a couple of months, and something I feel so deeply passionate about too. So it's funny how, like, looking back at this year, each thing has triggered something else to happen. And it's taken like getting out of my comfort zone completely for these changes to have been made. So, starting in season 2, which will be in January or February, this podcast will be coming to you from Miami. Starting in just a few short weeks, starting in January, I will be living between New York and Miami monthly. I'll be coming back to the salon for a block of time each month for my clients. And then the rest of the days of the month, I will be in Miami focusing on my coaching business. This is something that wasn't just decided on a whim. It has been developing over the last 6 months. I have felt a pull to that area, had the opportunity to go down there, and as soon as I stepped foot in Miami, I just knew that I needed to be there in some type of capacity. And just being back there a few times over the last couple of months, each time I'm there, there's certain things that have happened that have just kind of reassured me that this is what I need to be doing. And everything has just like lined up. And it doesn't come up from a place of like, oh, I'm unsatisfied with my life here in New York, because I do love my life here. I love my business and I love my clientele, and I don't want to give that up. And I just feel so grateful that I don't have to. I'm really excited about living hybrid between the two places. And this is not me leaving. This is me expanding. Hair has always been a passion of mine, and I'm not giving that up. But there is this other part of me that I need to pursue. And I am just so excited about the possibilities and where this is going to go. And when I say this has been building over the last 6 months, I really do think that it's been building for a lot longer than that. Especially the decisions I've made this year have brought me to this point. But the decisions I've made over the last 5 years had gotten me where I was at the beginning of this year. And then more changes that I have made this year in my life have gotten me to this point. I really do think that the decisions you make right now reflect where you will be in 5 years. And I know it's hard to think about that because you think 5 years is so far down the road, but things develop with consistency. And when you look at where you want to be in 5 years, you need to start making those changes right now to get there. It's the changes that you make right now that reflect where you're going to be in 5 years. I really can say that the life that you want is on the other side of your comfort zone. It's on the other side of the things you've never done before, the things that scare you. It requires a version of you that you haven't met yet, but you can feel. When I think about the last few months and how everything has just developed and has just kind of lined up, and for me, that's like a sign that it's meant to be. This has happened with other things in my life, just that knowing that everything's lining up the way it should be for a reason. And I really do think that opportunities presents themselves in life, and you might not feel completely ready because you can't see the whole picture yet. But when the opportunity shows up, you either take the chance or you miss that opportunity. You really can only connect the dots looking back. When you can't see the full picture of what's on the other side of the decision you make, the chance you take. It's funny because you really can only connect the dots looking back. And for me this year, the year starting out, like I said, I felt defeated. I felt like I was doing everything I could and things just kept going wrong. So the decision to start this podcast triggered so many other things in my life. And it's funny how that one decision can be the catalyst for the rest of your life. So that wraps up the last episode of this season. I'm really excited to be bringing season 2 to you guys in Miami. You will be seeing a little bit of a rebranding, so watch for that. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to launch season 2, but I will be updating you guys on social media, so make sure to follow us at Unfiltered at the Salon. So I'll see you guys in season 2. Until next time, see you then.